What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Dugout Daily. Today, we're diving straight into the 2026 Community Shield as Premier League champions Arsenal produced a statement win over rivals Manchester City to lift the trophy in Cardiff. Before we get going, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and follow us on X at MCFC Hibs for the latest updates. The match took place on Sunday at the Principality Stadium in front of 58,056 fans after Wembley was unavailable due to the weekend's after hours till dawn tour. Arsenal ran out 3-0 winners to claim their 18th Community Shield and are second only to Manchester United's 21. New signing Christos Solis impressed with 2 assists, while Manchester City underwhelmed in our first competitive match under Enzo Maresca. Before kick Mikel Arteta showed respect character and especially the knowledge to do an unbelievable job at Manchester City. That's why he's been selected. We could have probably picked anybody, and we've gone for Enzo for the right reasons, he also said. He's demonstrated that at every level when he's gone to the Championship and what he's done when he's been at Chelsea and now here. So he doesn't doubt he will do a great job. City went into the game with a fully fit squad, though some players were still behind in fitness after returning from the summer break. Jack Grealish and Ryan McKay both travelled to Cardiff, and the starting 11 was Donnarumma in goal, a back four of Kushinov, Ruben Diaz, who was the captain, Vardiol and O'Reilly, with Kovacic and Anderson behind Foden in midfield, with Semenyo, Haaland and Doku in attack. On the bench, Rulik, Gueye, Mamet, Shirky, Nico, Grealish, Aït-Nouri, Nunes and Lewis. Elliot Anderson made his debut for the club while Jack Grealish was back in the matchday squad. Jack was listed as number 18 with Ryan Shirky using his former number 10. Maresca explained that whether it's August or May, it's a final, and in a final we need to try to win. On Anderson, he said we're not asking him to do more than he already does. He's a good player on the ball and off the ball as well, he said. He's always trying to make an effort for teammates, so he has to do exactly what he can. Arsenal lined up with Raya in goal, White, Gabriel Mosquera and Calafiori in defence, with Lewis Skelly and Guimarães behind Odegaard in midfield, and Madueke, Havertz and Solis in attack. The bench featured Arrizabalaga, Hincapié, Zubimendi, Merino, Rice, Eze, Dalman, Saka and Gyökeres. The game exploded into life after just 23 seconds. Miles Lewis Skelly slipped in Riccardo Calafiori, who slotted past Gianluigi Donnarumma for 1-0. Calafiori ran inside Abdelkader Kushinov, who entirely switched off and took advantage of the gap between the Uzbek and Ruben Diaz. At a corner in the 14th minute, Gabriel grabbed Kushinov by the top of the shirt and basically by his neck before throwing himself to the ground and screaming for a penalty alongside Arteta and the Arsenal squad. David Raya then denied Phil Foden from distance for City's first real shot. Foden picked up a yellow card for a foul on 23 minutes. Arsenal doubled their lead in the 28th minute as Christos Solis nodded Martin Odegaard's cross back across goal, and Kai Havertz powered a downward header past Donnarumma. 2-3 headers inside the City box. Havertz's effort bounced off the keeper's arm, then head and into the net. Arsenal fans were already chanting, "You're getting sacked in the morning" at Maresca. Haaland then sliced an effort high and wide from a difficult angle after linking with Doku. Calafiori was booked for diving, and Raya denied Haaland again before the break. Gvardiol cleared off the line to stop a third just before half-time. The half-time stats showed City with more possession and more accurate passes, but Arsenal led in expected goals and had more touches in the opposition box. Both sides had 3 shots on target as well. For the second half, Declan Rice replaced Bruno Guimaraes and Jack Grealish came on for Jeremy Doku. 3 minutes after the restart, Solis found Odegaard in the box and the Norwegian forced Donnarumma to the floor with an excellent fake shot before rolling the ball into the opposite corner for 3-0. City were torn apart with Gvardiol flat-footed and Donnarumma sat down, and Gvardiol was booked shortly after. City responded with changes as Mark Guehi and Omar Marmoush replaced Nico O'Reilly and Erling Haaland. Ryan Shirky, Rico Lewis came on for Phil Foden and Elliot Anderson. Arsenal introduced Piero Hincapié and Bukayo Saka for Calafiori and Madueke. Raya denied Shirky and then Antoine Semenyo as Arsenal also brought on Martin Zubimendi and Victor Gyökeres for Lewis Skelly and Havertz before Eberechieze came on for Odegaard. Nico replaced Kovacic for City. 3 minutes were added and the score finished 3-0. The Gunners' victory over the FA Cup holders gave them their second trophy in 4 months and 18th Community Shield. Omar Marmoush needed physios after full time following a late problem, as Maresca and the entire City squad stood and watched Arsenal lift the shield. Christos Solis stood out with 2 assists. The Greek forward starred on the left. The 24-year-old was directly involved in a league-high 40 goals for Club Brugge last season, as he scored 17 and provided 23 assists. Arsenal paid £34 million for him and he returned to England after 30 appearances for Norwich between 2021 and 2024. Bruno Guimaraes had a quieter debut in midfield while Lewis Skelly impressed with the assist for the opener after recent transfer talks with Chelsea and Manchester United links, I should say. Odegaard had an effort cleared off the line just before the break and Saka blasted over late on. This was Manchester City's first competitive game without Pep Guardiola as manager in over 10 years since Manuel Pellegrini's last match in 2016. Maresca handed Elliot Anderson his debut and started Phil Foden, who had been out of favour last season. Jack Grealish made his first City appearance in 15 months. City couldn't match Arsenal's physicality but tested David Raya repeatedly, with the Spaniard keeping out driven shots from Foden and Semenyo. The defeat was their biggest in the Community Shield since Arsenal also 3-0 in 2014. Enzo Maresca analysed the defeat carefully, as he said, "A big part of the game is in the first goal we conceded, unfortunately, after 30 seconds. The reaction was good," he said, "before they scored the second goal. We had 3 or 4 chances to score and draw. Unfortunately, we missed those chances, and then the second goal made it harder. In general, I'm always concerned, even when we win. This is just the beginning, and we still have a lot to improve. But I think it was a good reaction after the first goal we conceded. Now we have to try and reset, analyse, and think about the next game against Bournemouth, starting on that on Tuesday. Didn't like the first 2 goals, the first because it was after 25 seconds and the second because there was no pressure on the ball, maybe due to the physical condition," he said. After first goal, the reaction was very good, he said again. At this level, our reaction was so good. But again, after the second goal, it complicated. In the transfer market, he confirmed what we already knew before the game. What we need to do, it's not because we lost or even if we won that we would think differently. We know exactly what we need to do in the market, and we're going to do some things before the transfer window closes. On Rodri, he said he's a player who just won the World Cup and the Ballon d'Or, a top player that all teams would want. It's not about whether we miss Rodri. Elliot Anderson was quite good in his first game, he said, and so was Mateo Kovacic. I'm not sure about that one, Enzo. We need to analyse the right way and focus on the next one. Marmoush looked okay despite the late concern, and overall Jack Grealish was good. Those who are still here want to work every day, and if they deserve it, they'll get minutes. Ruben Diaz was honest after the match. He said it obviously wasn't good enough and frustrating. First of all, thank you to the fans who came, obviously a long distance. Thank you to all of them for coming so far. It's the beginning of the season. It's not good enough. He also said many things are changing, including a new manager. Still, the way the game starts sets you off. They get you comfortable in their game, but in the end, this is just starting. And the most important thing is we're already looking forward and ready for our next game. He also added, I joined midway through pre-season. This is the third game since I've been back and the feeling's been good. Today, it's frustrating and it's a final. Obviously, we all want to win. But if there's a lesson to be learned on a final, let it be this one, because there's a lot more coming. The captain of the day, Ruben Diaz there. Mateo Kovacic said he felt physically better every day, but admitted it wasn't our day. The decisive moments were on their side. In the boxes, they were better. Overall, I don't think we played as badly as it sounds, but that's football. At this level, small margins decide the outcome. Little by little, we will get there. We have a good week to prepare, and the Premier League starts soon. So it's still the beginning. We need to analyse the game, review it, and get better. Martin Odegaard was named the man of the match. Next up then for these sides, Arsenal kick off the new Premier League season hosting Coventry City on Friday at 8 p.m, while Manchester City are at home to Bournemouth on Sunday at 2 p.m. That's it for our review of Arsenal's 3-0 Community Shield win over Manchester City then. A tough start for Enzo Maresca, but plenty of lessons, and the season is only just beginning. Thanks for watching Dugout Daily. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on X at MCFC Hibs for all content. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and we will see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.